Today's episode of Fearless Empowered Women is proudly sponsored by Ronnie Rents is your go-to source for premium event rentals, providing everything you need to elevate your special occasion. From sleek stainless steel chairs and elegant sweetheart tables to exciting 360 photo booths, vibrant uplighting, dance floors, and themed props, we've got it all. Let us bring your vision to life. Visit RonnieRents.com to explore our full selection.
Are you ready to buy your first home? Are you ready to refinance for better financial freedom? At Real Home Lending, we make the mortgage process smooth, fast, and stress-free. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or looking for cash-out refinancing, we offer expert guidance, personalized loan options, and top-tier customer service. Serving Texas, Georgia, Florida, Colorado, Tennessee, and Ohio, because your dream home deserves the right financing. Visit www.realhomelending.com or call 770-744-0067 to get started today. Real Home Lending LLC, NMLS number 2049205.
Welcome to the very first episode of Fearless Empowered Women. I'm Eunice Ladipo, a mortgage broker. I'm a mom of three and someone who's passionate about personal growth and entrepreneurship.
And I'm Veronica Oladeji, an events planner, proud mom of two, and your partner in all things inspiration and empowerment. Together, we are here to celebrate women who are chasing their dreams and building a life they love.
Today, we're talking about launching fearlessly, which is exactly what we're doing here. We're talking about how to start something new with confidence, whether it's a business, a new habit, or a lifetime changing decision. We've been there and we know it's not easy to take that first step.
Yep, absolutely. And like this podcast, we're putting all our fears behind us and taking our first steps to launch this new podcast fearlessly. Hope that you enjoy this episode and hope that it will impact women who might be struggling to get started. As someone who's built an event planning business across 2 continents from the ground up, I know how daunting it can feel to start a new business. But trust me, if I can do it, you can too.
And what we think you will be getting out of this episode and generally out of our podcast will be to kind of take you through some of our journeys and some of our family and friends that can help you to get started, whether you're afraid or not, to take that jump, to take that leap, to do things that you desire to do. Fear is a natural thing. We know when you step into the unknown, it's always not rosy. It's usually with fear, and that's okay. That is actually an indication that you're doing something good. You're growing, you know. When we grow, sometimes it's scary to take the plunge and to do new and do, scary things that can lead us to growth. So, Veronica, can you share a time when fear almost held you back?
When I first started my events business, I kept thinking, what if no one hires me, right? What if I fail? What if I just, I put all this effort and it doesn't come to fruition? So there is always that fear in the back of your mind, right? And I had to overcome that. I had to overcome that feeling. I had to overcome those fears. I had to tell myself, you know what, just get started. And just like we're doing here, right? We're saying we are going to get started on this podcast. We're going to navigate it together. We're going to learn all the tips and tricks to getting started. And we're not going to let fear stop us. And that to me is a powerful motivation on its own, to be able to say, hey, I don't know everything about this, but I am going to pursue it to the best of my knowledge. So that's certainly one of the many examples I can find. Just every time I want to start a business, there's always that fear lurking in the back of my mind saying, what if you don't succeed? What if you can't do this? What if you're not good enough? And as women, we have to kind of just push that behind and say, well, what if I succeed? What if I am good enough? How will I know if I don't get started, right? There is that saying, and I've always held on to it. It's a saying that says, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. And it's a mantra that I hold true because you have to get started to pursue your dreams and don't let fear stop you.
That is very relatable. For me, jumping into starting my mortgage company, that was very scary in the sense that I have been in the real estate space for quite some time, but not in the finance area. I did decide to go for this because a lot of my clients that I wish could fulfill their dream of home ownership were not getting the care and the support that I know that they deserve. So I decided to go for this. I actually had a friend that I would refer them to, and then she encouraged me because normally she doesn't take other people's clients. She just does this for her own clients. But she was doing this for me as a friend, and then she decided to, Eunice, I don't do this for everybody else, and I shouldn't be doing it for you. So I think you should go for it for this yourself. I was afraid. I think the support of a friend, which we would get to later, also the value behind having a village that will motivate you and support you. That helped me to get over the initial fear, take the plunge. I had days where I would cry because something's not going the way that I expect them to go, or that I would even doubt myself, or maybe even was so afraid, and at a point was thinking of maybe even giving up. But I'm glad that I stuck with it and I decided to go for it despite the fear. And right now, today, I'm able to support a lot of people. I mean, my clients feedback about how they never thought they could be a homeowner and things like that actually is so fulfilling. I'm glad I decided to stick with it. I decided to go for it.
That. And what I heard there is that your friend saw it in you as well. I know we're going to talk about the village later on, but your friend saw that in you and she said, hey, why don't you do this? I don't need to be the one doing it for you. You already have everything that you need. So why don't you take a leap and go ahead? How did that feel?
Yeah, it was a good thing. I can't describe the actual feeling that I had,
Right.
but now looking back, I feel that I won't be here today. I won't be doing this. I won't be impacting so many lives if she did not encourage me or give me the push or made me feel like I have what it takes to do. So it was it feels good to be supported. Like having a support system is a valuable thing. It's really good.
It really is. I can definitely relate. And I see that. I love that. I love that you had a friend who pushed you and supported you and encouraged you. And we need more of that, right? We need more of that in us women to support each other, to encourage each other, and to just push us to the next level, right? In some phrases, they call that mentors, right? And in other words, we just call that the village, right? People to mentor us, to encourage us, to be our cheerleaders. But let's talk more. Let's talk more about practical steps, I guess. What are the practical steps that we will need? So when launching fearlessly, I would say here are three steps that helps us launch confidently. And we hope that they'll help you too. So actually, I'm going to add a fourth because, confidently is an important part. And I think we both are confident women. We both I don't know about you, but over the years, I feel like I've built confidence from my teenage years and from different experiences that I have had growing up. And I feel that that confidence has helped me to thrive in my career and in what I do today. So confidence is certainly one of those big things. And, we'll talk a little bit more about how to build that confidence and hope that this podcast will help you, women listening, to feel confident about yourself and to take these bold steps. But I'm going to kick off with this step here. So start with what you have. Start with what you have. Don't wait for a perfect time. It doesn't exist. Like I said, it's all about starting where you are, getting started, and basically not letting your fears stop you, right? I said earlier that basically you have to get started to be great. You must get started in order to achieve that greatness. Second one, what would you say is the second one, Eunice?
I think the second one, like you already mentioned earlier, is to find your cheerleaders. Surround yourself with a village of people that are doing what you intend to do. I know sometimes it's hard, like we don't have access to people that are doing exactly what we want to do around us. The good thing is how global the world is now. Oprah can literally be your mentor.
Yes.
Steve Irby, anybody that's doing whatever you do, the world is so generous now to the point where people give resources, provide resources on YouTube, on different platforms that you can leverage. So find people like that are already doing what that are in that space that you intend to go into and read their books, watch their podcasts, listen to them, follow them on social media. Just learn from them, learn from them, learn from them, listen to them. And if you're lucky to have people that are close to you that you have access to, let them know that you intend to go into the space where they already exist and ask for help or information that can help you take the leap to start.
That and finding your cheerleaders and surrounding yourself with people who will encourage you and not break you down is really crucial to getting to where you want to go, right? And I love that. I love that about reading books. And I know you read a lot of books, and we'll probably touch on a couple of them later on. But there's so many books that will uplift an individual, uplift us women. Just keep reading because knowledge is power, right? And when you learn about so many different people who have written books just to encourage and motivate other women, I'm sure that you find a source of motivation from their stories. So the next step, without kind of going off route, is we've talked about two important steps. The third step is to take one step at a time. Sometimes you see so many things you want to do, and you have to ask yourself, what is the first step on my goal? How can I achieve these goals? You have to kind of lay it out and say, what's the first step in order to achieve this goal? If Rome wasn't built in a day, what brick am I going to start with in order to start building my goal? So you have to take it one step at a time, break your goals into small, manageable tasks, and say, what am I going to take first? You have to prioritize your task and take it one step at a time.
Yeah, I somebody mentioned something to me recently that sometimes we think the goal is the destination. It's the thing. Like I want to, for example, let's use this project that we just started, the podcast, to kind of share all of the things that we've learned as women in our lives to encourage other women to do great things, like the way we've started it. You would think that building a large community of people that are benefiting from us or from all the things that we'll be sharing is the goal. But actually, the actual baby steps that we're taking are also goals, like just showing up.
Yeah. Being committed.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a worthy goal in itself. We're not at the end yet, but it's a goal and you should celebrate it. You get off your bed, you take that phone and you call the person you need to call to make that connection. that's a goal. That's worth celebrating. So every step is also a goal that you can set for yourself that will eventually lead you to that big thing that you intend to achieve.
Very true. Very, very true.
Right. And like we already mentioned, I think this is very vital. So we're going to say it again. Mentorship. And it's not one way. As you're moving through life, you also should find people that you can also pour into. As somebody's pouring into your cup, or you're looking for people to pour into your cup, make sure that you're also mentoring people in your own way. Maybe a young girl around your neighborhood that you can just encourage to do something great with their life can be somebody that you're mentoring as well.
Like it. So seek mentors, seek people who can guide you, and seek to mentor others, seek to
Mhm.
guide others in their different fields. We have so many talent and we can give. We can give of our talents just like we're looking for others to give and support us. It's important to be able to give to others. Shine your light, ladies, shine your light. I think it's important as we talk about mentorship. We need to be able to shine our light onto others. That's show our confidence, show our talents, show our skill set, and be able to help others. I believe that we are given so many different talents, not just so we can have it, but to shine it. And by shining it, we're using it to help others, using it to assist others, right? When you shine your light in a room, you're making that room brighter. It basically means that you're helping those around you to also shine as well. That's what I see in shining your light, right? That's what I see in the power of mentorship, the ability to help others, to carry them along with you. And when we seek mentors, the ability to make our light shine brighter by getting assistance. Okay. So hopefully you've learned a few from those 3 points. Um, let's talk a little bit about different inspiring stories that may have helped us over the years in our careers, stories of people or women that we have learned of and we have read about, and that may be important.
Do you want me to take that? Do you want me to start?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Why not?
Actually, I wish I had the book with me here now. I actually just read a story about the barefoot contest. I don't know if you know about the show on Food Network. So I just read she biography, just a memoir, just got released, and you know, it was quite inspiring. I mean, the way she started, it wasn't planned or anything. It was just a matter of following your passion. And one thing led to the other. It was quite scary the way she told it, like the how the event happened. So she was working at the White House in Washington, and then just newly married, and she just saw an advert in the papers for a lady that was selling off a food store, and her husband said, "Oh, why not? I mean, that's a cheerleader there for you, right? So why not? Like, this is what you love to do. Let's go see it." And then they went over there. The lady told them why she was selling and how much she was making from the store. It was quite scary. She decided to buy it. She decided to quit her job, moved over there, and started the business. And one thing led to the other. Our life is so colorful. All of the things that she's met on her journey is so colorful to the point where she got onto the Food Network show. She was able to travel the world. She was
Wow.
able to do a lot of beautiful things with her life just by taking that step, not being afraid, just, not overthinking it,
Right.
like all the steps that we said, taking small little steps and finding a cheerleader in our husband. And I mean, just making goals and going for it. That was quite inspiring to me. That was
I
quite.
love that. I love that. It's amazing. I'm going to Google her and learn a bit more about her and try to find some tips from her story too. I do love that. And it reminds me of another lady from her book that I read most recently, Jamie. Karen Lima. She talks about Worthy. Worthy is the name of the book. Really, it speaks to so many women out there. We need to know our worth. We need to know that we are worthy to be in a position to excel and to succeed. And she started a makeup company. She's in the beauty and makeup industry, and she really talked about her struggles initially and had to put certain strategies in place, even though it looked so crazy. The overall story from is that every woman is worthy of success. Every woman is worthy to put her foot forward and say, I can achieve if I want to, right? And she sold her multi-million dollar beauty industry to L'Oreal, right? And she's doing great things. Her story of resilience and how she overcame so many different fears to be able to achieve success is certainly something I can gather from that, and I love that. But on stuff closer to home, I've connected with so many friends and families and learned from them because it's important to kind of learn locally from our village. So just learning from different people around me. I know we don't have too much time to talk about it, but it's important for us to share that every woman listening to this podcast can achieve if she puts her mind to it. And it's important to say, don't let your fear stop you. Don't say, oh my goodness, I have kids, I have family. Where am I going to find the time? You make the time and it will all come together. So what's the one thing that you have been putting off because of your fear? This week, I want to challenge you to take the first step, no matter how small. Take that first step this week and say, what am I going to do to overcome my challenges?
Yes. And we'd love to hear about it. Share your story with us on social media. Email us at the email in the caption. We'd love to hear from you. Next week, we dive into building your inner circle, the importance of your support network. Until then, keep chasing your dreams.
Thank you for tuning in to the Fearless Empowered Women podcast. We hope you found it insightful in your growth and empowerment journey. Connect with us on Instagram at Fearless Women Pod, or send us an email to podcastview@gmail.com to share your views. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We look forward to connecting with you soon.